Day 4. 4 days of testimony that have peeled back layers of a relationship shrouded in fame, fortune, and now deeply disturbing allegations. We thought we knew the story. We saw the headlines. We heard the whispers. But what unfolded in court today? That was a different narrative entirely. Forget the power suits and the legal jargon for a moment. Imagine sitting in that courtroom witnessing a defense attorney meticulously dissect a relationship that was, by all accounts, intense and complex. Yesterday, Cassie Ventura laid bare her accusations against Sean Diddy Combs, painting a picture of alleged violence and control that sent shockwaves across the globe. Today, the pendulum swung. The defense finally had their chance to cross-examine Ventura, and what they focused on might surprise you. This wasn't just about denying the alleged abuse. It was about dissecting the very foundation of their 11-year relationship. Love, trust, intimacy, the very things that bind two people together. Or, as the defense is seemingly trying to portray, create a different context for the events Ventura described. Think about it. 11 years. That's longer than many marriages last. Defense attorney Ana Estevao didn't waste any time, cutting straight to the heart of it. You and Sean Combs were in love for 11 years, right? A simple question, yet one loaded with the potential to reframe everything we've heard so far. Ventura's soft, almost whispered, "Yay," hung in the air. Then came the follow-up, "You loved him?" And again, the quiet affirmation, "I did." But the most intriguing question of those opening exchanges? "And you believe that he loved you as well?" Ventura's hesitant yes speaks volumes. What kind of love allows for the allegations she presented just hours before? That's the question the defense wants you, and more importantly, the jury, to grapple with. Estevao then pressed further, reminding Ventura of her own words, calling Combs larger than life. But then, a more intimate portrayal was sought. "But to you, he was Sean, and you knew the Sean that other people didn't see?" Ventura confirmed this, painting a picture of a bond that transcended public perception. Did this Sean the public didn't see align with the man accused of such heinous acts? Or was there a deeper, more nuanced dynamic at play? The defense wasn't just focusing on Ventura's feelings for Combs. They delved into her perception of his feelings for her. "You sometimes knew?" Estevao probed, after Ventura admitted she didn't always feel special to him. "Sometimes is fair," Ventura conceded. This subtle exchange hints at the inconsistencies and complexities inherent in any long-term relationship. But can these normal fluctuations in feeling truly negate the serious allegations of abuse? Then came a seemingly relatable yet potentially strategic line of questioning about infidelity. "So when he cheated on you, it really hurt?" Estevao asked. Ventura's response was telling, "I would say not every time," adding that the hurt was more pronounced in the early stages of their relationship. This suggests a possible evolution within the relationship, perhaps a normalization of certain behaviors. But does emotional pain equate to or excuse the alleged physical violence and control? Suddenly, the courtroom transformed into a digital archive. Emails from January 2008 flashed onto the screens for the jury to see. Loving messages exchanged between Sean and Cassie. "It makes me so happy that you would fly to ATL just to see me. I'm a very lucky man. I love you. I miss you. Can't wait to hold you," Combs wrote. Ventura's reply? "I'm a very lucky woman. I miss you so much. I'd fly wherever you needed me. Whenever. I love you." These aren't the words of someone living in constant fear, are they? Or are they? Can love and abuse coexist in a twisted and damaging cycle? The digital breadcrumbs continued. Text messages from 2.5 years into their relationship. Ventura, "Going to sleep now so it can be tomorrow faster. I love you." Combs, "Love my baby." Ventura. Combs, "I love you so much it consumes my life." Ventura, "I wonder the same thing for myself, like who was I before we decided to be together." Combs, "I never knew it could be like this." And more from August 2009, where Combs declared, "I love you so much it makes me cry." And Ventura affectionately called him Pop Pop, a name she used for her grandfather. These intimate exchanges paint a picture of deep affection, a seemingly normal, loving relationship. But how do these messages reconcile with the allegations of violent outbursts and controlling behavior? Is the defense trying to create reasonable doubt by showcasing the loving moments, suggesting that the alleged abuse was an anomaly or perhaps even consensual within a complex dynamic? Then came a text from April 2010, a crack in the facade of perfect love. Ventura wrote to Combs, "I haven't talked to you at all. I know you can take 3 minutes out of your day to talk to me, and you don't even try. You're in too much of a rush to get me off of the phone. That's not being in a relationship with someone that you love and are in love with. I am really hurt by the way you deal with me. I don't need your money. I need some attention. I am thankful, but I can pay for these things myself." This message hints at a power imbalance, Ventura craving attention and feeling dismissed. Was this the beginning of the alleged control, or simply the frustrations of a long-distance, high-profile relationship? When asked what initially drew her to Combs, Ventura spoke of his real personality, the very sweet and attentive man he was at the beginning. She also acknowledged his charismatic big personality that everyone really loved. But did this initial charm mask a darker side? Did the man the world saw differ drastically from the man she allegedly experienced behind closed doors? The defense then steered the conversation towards the controversial freak-offs. "And to make him happy, you told him that you wanted to do freak-offs?" Estevao asked, directly referencing the drug-fueled sex performances. Ventura's terse reply, "There's a lot more to that," suggests a coerced participation, a desire to please someone in a position of power. But what exactly is the lot more to that? That's the question that lingers. The jury was then shown more sexually graphic text messages from August 2009, exchanges that seemingly revolved around planning these freak-offs. Shortly after, Ventura requested a break, a moment of pause in the intense cross-examination. During this break, a notable figure emerged. Karen Friedman Agnifilo, the wife of Combs's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, was seen conferring intently with the defense team, particularly with Ana Estevao. What strategic discussions were taking place during this brief recess? Adding another layer of intrigue, Combs reportedly gave a heart-shaped hand gesture to Karen Friedman Agnifilo's mother, who was present in the courtroom. What was the significance of this gesture? A show of support? A calculated attempt to humanize himself? The focus then shifted back to the graphic text messages, and a particularly revealing exchange came to light. Ventura asked Combs if he had any more pills, confirming her previous testimony about using opiates like Norco during this period. In the same exchange, she mentioned deleting a video but couldn't definitively say if it was a freak-off recording. When asked if she preferred these videos to be recorded on her devices, Ventura stated unequivocally, "I didn't want them to be recorded at all." This stark denial clashes with the alleged participation, further muddying the waters of consent and control. The defense then explored Ventura's own burgeoning career, establishing that she was a celebrity in her own right by the age of 21. Combs threw her a lavish birthday party in Las Vegas, attended by other celebrities. When asked how a 21-year-old could attract such guests, Ventura's simple reply, "That was all him. I didn't know them," highlighted his influence and power within the industry. This reinforces the alleged power imbalance in their relationship. Ventura then revisited a key moment from her direct examination, allegedly running away when Combs first kissed her at that 21st birthday party. She further revealed that Combs was the second older man she had dated, having previously been in a 3-year relationship with music producer Ryan Leslie, who was about 10 years her senior. This paints a picture of a young woman potentially navigating relationships with older, more established men. The timeline continued. Following her 21st birthday, Ventura expressed a desire to join Combs on a trip to Miami, even using a flyer for an event as a pretext while still dating Leslie. This suggests a deliberate choice to pursue a relationship with Combs, further complicating the narrative of alleged coercion from the outset. Text messages from December 2009 were then presented, which Ventura confirmed reflected the open communication between them. In one message, Ventura wrote about needing to feel safe like home, to be more open with the things we do in bed. referencing the freak-offs. She expressed feeling a little dirty and grimy afterwards, contrasting it with the earlier times when they were so in love. This message is crucial. It suggests a shift in her feelings and a potential discomfort with the sexual activities, yet she continued to engage. Why? Was it love, obligation, fear? The defense is likely highlighting this as evidence of her agency, while the prosecution will argue it demonstrates the insidious nature of control. An email from October 2007, shortly after her 21st birthday, further illustrated this open communication, though Ventura noted it was usually a one-way street, with her being more open about her feelings than Combs. In this email, she expressed both intense affection and insecurities, even suggesting that her friend might be a better match for him. She also voiced her own perceived flaws in his eyes. "I'm sneaky. I never seem to make the right decisions to you. I'm a spoiled brat, I'm dramatic, disrespectful, and for some reason, you just don't trust me." This raw vulnerability offers a glimpse into the early dynamics of their relationship, marked by both love and underlying tension. The defense then circled back to the $20 million settlement from the civil lawsuit. Estevao asked Ventura if she believed it was fair to say Combs's career was ruined after the lawsuit became public. Ventura's simple agreement, "I could understand that, yeah," opens up a line of questioning about potential bias and motive. Did the settlement influence her testimony in the criminal trial? Was there a financial incentive to corroborate the allegations? Legal analyst Jennifer Rogers pointed out the prosecution's strategy in bringing up the settlement during direct examination, drawing the sting, anticipating the defense's line of attack on Ventura's credibility. The defense, as Rogers predicted, is now hitting it hard, questioning her incentive for bringing the lawsuit in the first place, suggesting a potential bias. Ventura then confirmed conversations with Combs about the swingers lifestyle and witnessing it firsthand at sex clubs they attended. When asked if the freak-offs were related, she acknowledged a sexual connection, but emphasized they were very different. This distinction is crucial. Was she a willing participant in one but coerced into the other? Ventura also testified that she didn't recall any of Combs' employees walking in during a freak-off, and that she never discussed them with his staff, stating she definitely didn't want them to know. This secrecy raises further questions about the nature of these activities. Finally, Ventura reiterated Combs' incessant calling if she didn't answer her phone, attributing it to his suspicion of her cheating, among other reasons. And in a seemingly innocuous yet potentially telling exchange, Ventura agreed that Combs had good taste and an impact on fashion and culture, even admitting to sending him photos of her clothing. Was this a sign of admiration, or a subtle form of control over her image? As the court broke for lunch, the jury was left to digest a day filled with contradictions, intimate details, and strategic questioning. The defense's approach wasn't to outright deny everything, but to paint a picture of a complex consensual relationship, albeit one with its flaws. So as we pause here, consider this. How do these loving emails and text messages reconcile with the serious allegations of violence and rape? Can both realities exist within a single relationship? Is the defense successfully creating reasonable doubt by highlighting the consensual aspects of the relationship, such as the swingers lifestyle and the affectionate messages? How will the prosecution counter the defense's attempts to question Ventura's credibility based on the $20 million settlement and her own admission of Combs having good taste? What will the next phase of cross-examination reveal about the power dynamics and the evolution of their relationship over those 11 years? And ultimately, will the jury believe that the loving moments outweigh the allegations of abuse, or do they see a pattern of control masked by affection? These are the questions that will shape the narrative as this trial continues. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be right here to break down every crucial development. Welcome back to CEtrends, where we're dissecting every pivotal moment of the Sean Diddy Combs trial. If you just joined us, we've set the stage with a look at the defense's opening cross-examination of Cassie Ventura, a day that saw the narrative shift from the graphic allegations of abuse to a deeper examination of the complex and at times seemingly loving relationship between Ventura and Combs. Now let's delve further into the intricacies of this cross-examination, exploring the defense's strategy and the subtle, yet significant details that emerged as the day progressed. The defense, led by Ana Estevao, continued its line of questioning aimed at understanding the emotional foundation of the 11-year relationship. By establishing that Ventura and Combs professed love for each other, and that Ventura believed Combs reciprocated those feelings, the defense appeared to be laying the groundwork for a narrative that challenges the portrayal of Combs as a purely abusive figure. The acknowledgement that Ventura sometimes felt special to Combs, while not always, paints a picture of a relationship with both highs and lows, perhaps suggesting a level of normalcy amidst the later allegations. The introduction of loving emails and text messages from the earlier years of their relationship served a clear purpose for the defense. Phrases like, "I'm a very lucky man," "I love you," "I miss you." From Combs and Ventura's reciprocal, "I'd fly wherever you needed me, whenever," "I love you," present a stark contrast to the allegations of violence and control that Ventura detailed in her direct examination. Similarly, the intimate BlackBerry messages and the affectionate use of pop-pop suggest a deep connection and a level of comfort. However, these exchanges are a double-edged sword. While the defense might use them to imply a consensual and loving relationship, the prosecution could argue that abusers often cycle between affection and abuse, creating confusion and emotional dependency in their victims. The existence of loving moments doesn't necessarily negate the possibility of subsequent or concurrent abuse. The text message from April 2010, where Ventura expressed her hurt at Combs' perceived lack of attention and emphasized that she needed his time, not his money, offers a crucial insight into the power dynamics at play. It reveals Ventura's vulnerability and her desire for emotional connection, suggesting that the relationship wasn't always balanced. This could be interpreted as an early sign of the alleged control, where Ventura felt her needs were secondary to Combs. Ventura's description of falling in love with Combs' real personality, his initial sweetness and attentiveness, and his charismatic public persona highlights the complexity of the situation. It's possible that Ventura was drawn to a specific side of Combs, perhaps unaware of or unwilling to acknowledge the alleged darker aspects of his character until later in the relationship. The defense might use this to suggest that the initial stages were genuinely loving and consensual. The questioning around the freak-offs is a critical point of contention. Estevao's direct question about Ventura wanting to do them to make Combs happy directly challenges the narrative of coercion. Ventura's response, "There's a lot more to that," hints at a more complex situation, possibly involving pressure or manipulation that goes beyond simple desire. The sexually graphic text messages related to these events, along with Ventura's admission of opiate use during this time, further complicate the issue of consent and her state of mind. Her statement that she didn't want them to be recorded at all strongly suggests a lack of genuine consent regarding the documentation of these activities. The brief break requested by Ventura and the subsequent huddle between the defense team members, including Karen Friedman Agnaflio, suggest intense strategic discussions were underway. The heart-shaped hand gesture from Combs to Agnaflio's mother is a curious detail. Its intent is unclear. Was it a personal connection, a show of gratitude for support, or a calculated attempt to appear human and relatable? These seemingly small moments can sometimes offer insights into the broader dynamics of the trial. The December 2009 text message where Ventura expresses her need to feel safe like home, to be more open in bed, and her feeling a little dirty and grimy after a freak-off is particularly revealing. It suggests a conflict between her desire to please Combs and her own discomfort with the activities. The defense might argue this shows she had the agency to express her feelings, while the prosecution could contend it demonstrates the insidious nature of control, where a victim might voice discomfort but still feel compelled to comply. Her statement that the freak-offs felt different when they were so in love compared to how she felt later indicates a potential shift in the dynamic and her level of consent. Ventura's description of the email exchange from October 2007 as demonstrating open communication that was usually a one-way street, with her being more forthcoming with her feelings, again points to a potential imbalance in the relationship. Her vulnerability in expressing both her love and her insecurities, including her perception of Combs' distrust, offers a raw look at the emotional landscape of their early years together. The defense's return to the $20 million civil settlement is a key strategic move. By asking Ventura if she thought Combs's career was ruined after the lawsuit, they are directly addressing the potential motive behind her allegations in the criminal trial. The argument is clear. Did the financial settlement influence her testimony? Was there an incentive to corroborate the claims made in the civil suit? Legal analyst Jennifer Rogers' explanation of the prosecution's strategy to draw the sting highlights the anticipated nature of this line of questioning and the inherent challenge it poses to Ventura's credibility in the eyes of the jury. Ventura's confirmation of conversations about the swingers lifestyle and her distinction between that and the freak-offs is important. It suggests a level of awareness and potential participation in certain types of sexual activities, but a clear differentiation from the drug-fueled performances she allegedly felt coerced into. This distinction is crucial for the prosecution to argue that consent in one area does not imply consent in another, especially when allegations of drug use and coercion are involved. Ventura's admission that she didn't want Combs's staff to know about the freak-offs raises further questions about the nature of these activities and her level of comfort with them. The secrecy could indicate shame, fear of judgment, or a desire to protect Combs' image, all potential consequences of a controlling relationship. Combs alleged incessant calling when Ventura didn't answer her phone points to potential possessiveness and control over her whereabouts. Similarly, the revelation that Ventura would send him photos of her clothing and her agreement that he had good taste and an impact on fashion could be interpreted as a subtle form of control over her image, even if Ventura herself didn't perceive it that way. At CEtrends, we are committed to providing you with a comprehensive and nuanced understanding of complex celebrity news stories like this. Day 4 of the Diddy trial was not about sensational headlines, but about the intricate and often contradictory nature of human relationships, especially those under the intense scrutiny of fame and power. The defense's strategy appears to be focused on humanizing Combs and highlighting the seemingly consensual aspects of his relationship with Ventura, aiming to create reasonable doubt about the allegations of consistent abuse. Our goal is to go beyond the surface-level reporting and offer you the context and analysis needed to understand the legal strategies, the emotional complexities, and the potential implications of this landmark case. We strive to present information in a clear and accessible way, allowing you to draw your own informed conclusions. What are your initial reactions to the defense's line of questioning? Did any particular exchange surprise you? Do you think they are effectively challenging Ventura's testimony? Share your thoughts and theories in the comment section below. Your insights are valuable to our community here at CEtrends. If you appreciate our in-depth coverage and analysis of high-profile celebrity trials and entertainment news, make sure to subscribe to CEtrends and hit the notification bell. By doing so, you'll never miss our latest videos, ensuring you stay informed and engaged with the stories that matter. Your support allows us to continue bringing you this level of detailed reporting. To gain a broader perspective on the issues raised in this trial, we recommend exploring the following videos on the CEtrends channel: Inside the Diddy Trial, Shocking Testimony, and the $20 million Question. Or Diddy Trial, the unbelievable details Cassie just shared. Thank you for staying informed with CEtrends. We will continue to follow Day 5 and all subsequent developments in the Diddy trial, providing you with the insightful analysis you've come to expect. Stay with us for the latest updates.